What's up, people? Welcome back to SkyMax. So this is the weekly analysis for August, the last week of August. Yeah, so I never released my analysis for last week because of some, I can call them, technical issues. Yeah, so apparently the sound and the video are not in sync when I recorded my video. Yeah, so it was just constantly glitching. The sound and the video are not in sync, so I couldn't record the weekly analysis. Yeah, but now I'm pretty sure things are now fine. Yeah, so let's see what we can do. Yeah, so as usual, and before I begin, I've created a Telegram group you can join. If we become at least 10 people in there, we can start updating the setups. Right now there are only 3 people. Is it 4? 3? Yeah, so when they become 10 people, then at least I can start updating my setups and all that, and where I'm looking to get involved in the market. Yeah, but for now the group is still neutral. I haven't posted anything yet, so if you're interested, you can just quickly join the group and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So this is the weekly analysis. Is continuously making highs like that. Yeah, and so we'll be looking to buy. Yeah, last week couldn't get involved because yeah, we can see this demand zone was respected properly, so we had a change of character. You can see this the market was pushing down on the 4H, then we formed a change of character right there, then price retraced into my demand zone, but the low that caused the change of character on the 15-minute was the Asia low. As you can see, this is the Asia low, so I couldn't set my limits. Yeah, and price played out perfectly. It hit the target. You can see this high right here is supposed to be a target, this high, and it hit it. Yeah, but for now, yeah, that's how the market is. You don't catch every entry. Yeah, so if I was taking risk entries, obviously I would have caught the trade, but I take confirmation entries. So yeah, anyway, so for next week we can see we're still bullish on CHFJPY, and we can see our most recent swing leg on the H4 is from this low to this high. Therefore I got my Fibonacci, as you can see, this high to this low, and my 61.8 retracement is right there, and I marked my demand zones right there. Yeah, so you can see there's the extreme zone is right there on the 15-minute. You can see the imbalance ended right there, right here. Yeah, you can see the imbalance to the low, so that's our extreme zone. And our other point of interest is right there. You can see it's also on the 15-minute, from the imbalance right there this week to this order block right here to the low right there. Yeah, so simple stuff. As for CHFJPY, those are the zones I'm planning to buy from. Yeah, so if price manages to retrace to these zones, I'll look for 15-minute confirmation, and I'll get an entry, and if possible scale-ins on the 1-minute. Yeah, and I'll target this high. So that's provided price does not form a new range on the 4H. So we're still finding in this range, but if price fails to reach these zones and forms a new range, yeah, and we know what to do in that case. Yeah, so as for now, that's what I'm looking at. Then the overall picture, let's go on the 4H. The overall picture that we have is that we've taken out this high. If you remember, the supply zone marked out here, it was taken out. There was no confirmation to take some 4H reversals, and hence I'm now anticipating price to take out this high right here and continue going bullish. Where price is going to reverse from, I don't know. I have no idea, because there is no previous past data. This is the highest high price has made in CHFJPY. So just wait for the reversal to happen on its own, and we'll continue buying and buying. Yeah, but if price decides to start going bearish, this is where I'm anticipating reversals to continue the bullish trend. Yeah, reversals on the 4H, because if the 4H starts approaching this zone, it will be bearish. So I'm anticipating it to go bullish here. If it takes out that zone, then I'll anticipate bullishness in here. Yeah, otherwise that's for CHFJPY. Yeah, so we'll see what the market has in store for us next week. We'll see how things will go. Otherwise, yeah, overall looking for buys on CHFJPY. Yeah, and if I were to give a signal, then I would tell someone to take a risk entry on the extreme order block, because it's the highest probability zone. Take someone to take some buys at 50% of this zone, like that. And target right here. Yeah, and you can potentially catch 1 to 12. And how many pips? About 169 pips on CHFJPY. Yeah, so this is an entry you can take, provided there is no new 4H range is made. Yeah, so that's for CHFJPY. That's my view. So now let's go to USDCHF. For USDCHF, we are also looking for buys. Yes, so if we notice from last week, we formed a change of character right here. Before it was bearish, then formed a change of character like that. Price kept on leaving me behind like that until we've reached there, because these demand zones, I got my confirmation, but I did not get my entries in these zones that I was marking. Yeah, price did not retrace back to trigger me in. Yeah, that's this one. It was also the Asia low, so I couldn't get any entry, stuff like that. But overall, we are now in this 4H range right here. Yeah, from this low to that high. Yeah, so I'm anticipating price to retrace in here, give me 15-minute confirmation entry right there, target right there. Yeah, otherwise that's my view on USDCHF. I'm also looking for buys. Then now I'm anticipating reversals. For reversals, I'm anticipating them in this zone. You can see the daily or the 4H or whatever. The major levels are right here. You can see there's a break of structure right here. This is the leg that caused the break of structure. Therefore, we look for supply zones right there. And yeah, found the supply zones on the 15-minute. You can refine, and the extreme one is always there, ends on the last imbalance. And that's why I'm looking for my 4H reversals to continue the bearish trend. You can see there's one right there, which I don't think will hold. Yeah, but you always have to follow your rules. So my intuition says it will most likely not hold, but you just follow your rules. It's another block. Then there's this Asia high also, but you can't take the Asia high as your entry because it will most likely be liquidated. Yeah. Then there's also this extreme zone right here that ends on the Asia high. So this is the one which I think will most likely hold. Yeah. So that's why I'm anticipating reversals. But otherwise for USDCHF, this is my view. So provided the forex does not form any, maybe it doesn't reach here in our zone and forms a new range, takes out the high right there, then yeah, we mark out our new demand zones. But right now I'm looking at this demand zone straightforward. I usually get my most refined entries on the refined zones on the 15-minute. So you can see this is where the last imbalance is, right here to this low. That's how extreme will be, and so I'll look for 15-minute confirmation in there. But if you want to take risk entries, same thing on the extreme OB, you can just place your limits like that. Stop loss below the range and you target that high. You have to get a simple 1 to 5. Yeah, like that. You can take the entry like that. Yeah, but look for confirmation entries. Therefore we wait for 15-minute change of character and possibly a 1 minute scaling, which might give me a higher RR. Yeah, so that's my view on USDCHF. So now let's go to EURUSD. So EURUSD also very interesting. We've been bearish due to USD strength, and that's why also bullish on USDCHF. So we can see that price failed to reach our sell zone. You can see we marked out this zone right there like that, and price just reached not that very close, but yeah, close the zone and sold off before reaching there. But anyway, it's part of the game and it's still a valid zone, so we'll just leave it like that. So if we manage to take out this low right here, then this will now be my new major level right here. But these zones are still valid, yeah, because there's a lot of volume in them, so they're bound to make reactions on price. So I know some people who are planning to buy in here, of which it might definitely play out. It's a good area to buy because you can see that's where the impulse began, but it doesn't meet my rules, so therefore I've just left it. Otherwise it's a good area to buy from. As you can see, I'm anticipating a retracement to this level, and price doesn't just move anyhow, it needs fuel. So obviously this is where to most likely get its fuel to move up and continue the bearish trend to eventually take out this low. Yeah, because we're continuously taking out lows on EURUSD, so that's what we're anticipating. Yeah, then my points of interest, as you can see, our most recent 4H swing leg is right there, like that. This high to this low. Premium zone, since we're planning to sell, is right in here, this zone. Yeah, if you take your fib to the high to the low, find the 61.8 right there. Yeah, so the order blocks I'm looking for, the extreme one is the one I always mark first. As we can see, it's just from the high to where the nearest liquidity or imbalance is. As we can see, the Asia high is here, therefore that's why I ended it. Then the next one is right here. So normal classic order blocks from the high to the imbalance. And the third one is right here, which I don't think most likely will not hold, which is this one right here, but it still fits my criteria, this imbalance to this OB right here. So that's my view on EURUSD. So I'm anticipating price to retrace any of these levels and then sell off like that to get this low. Ish, that's a horrible drawing. Yeah, that low right there. And that's my anticipation on Euro USD. So you can even look for buys, intraday buys to those levels. If it's part of your plan, you can do it. Otherwise, if I were to take a risk entry on this one, it will be on the extreme order block as usual. Take a sale right there, like that. The stop loss above the high right there can possibly catch a 1 to 27, which is pretty amazing. But how many pips? About you can catch about 166 pips on Euro USD. So at the 50% of this zone, that's why you can take a risk entry and target this low. You can take partials along the way if you prefer, or you can hold it full volume and just set break even at the break of structure. Otherwise, that's for Euro USD. Otherwise, for these zones, I don't recommend taking risk entries. It's better you look for confirmation because they are lower probability zones. Yeah, you definitely face way more losses in a row if you take risk entries at non-extreme zones. Yeah, otherwise that's for Euro USD. Then why anticipate my reversals? Simply down there, this zone from the past. This is where I'm anticipating buys on the 4H to fuel the retracement and continue the sell-off, to continuously take out lows. Yeah, otherwise this is where I was also anticipating reversals, but price failed to reach. As you can see, it just reached near, but it's part of the game. Yeah, otherwise I haven't also gotten any entries on Euro USD. I was anticipating when price took out this low right here, I was anticipating price to retrace all the way to these demand supply zones right here so that I can sell off and target this low, but price just retraced a bit, shallow retracement, and then sort of broke structure right here. Therefore my new range was formed, and that's my current view on the pair. Otherwise, that's how things are. We'll see what the market has in store for us next week on these pairs, and yeah, we'll see how things will go. Otherwise, the challenge still neutral. Price has been leaving me behind. It's a game of patience and probabilities, so you just have to stay disciplined, and yeah, you'll be rewarded. Because the moment you deviate from your plan, in the moment you may not notice that you're literally destroying yourself, but in the long run, that's when things start to play out. Yeah, you start seeing your equity slowly decreasing and you're not making new highs in your equity. Yeah, so just stick to your plan as long as you know it's profitable in the long run. Otherwise, that's my view on the markets. Otherwise, guys, really appreciate subscribe to the channel. You can join the Telegram group, the link is in the description, and if you'd like to keep up with the challenge, yeah, just turn on post notifications and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Peace.